Hello everyone, a Hatorah for you to take with you the Shabbos. The Torah this week talks about the special breastplate that the high priest, the Kohen Gadol, used to wear. It was a square, and he had 12 stones of different colors, and each stone had the name of one of the tribes written on it. And our sages say that the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, used to ask questions to the breastplate, and it would light up in a special way that would respond to the question of the Kohen Gadol in the form of prophecy. In other words, Hashem used to give prophecy, prophetic answers through the breastplate to the Kohen Gadol. If you go a few weeks back, our sages tell us that when Yosef is about to break and give in to the temptation of being with the wife of Potiphar, that he saw the face of his father in the window, and his father gives him a message that ultimately stops him, that gives him the strength not to go through with it. What were the words of Yaakov, the face of Yaakov, that convinced Yosef not to go through with it? So our sages say that Yaakov told him, are you sure that you want to go through with this? Because in the future, there's going to be a high priest of the Jewish people, and he's going to have a breastplate, and on the breastplate are going to be the names of all my children. And if you go through with this, your name is not going to be there. Your brother's names will be there, but your name will not be there if you go through with this. And so Yosef says, okay, I'm not going to go through with it. And he tells the wife of Potiphar, no thank you. Why is that the thing that Yaakov threatens, so to speak, rebukes Yosef with? Just say simply, you're going to lose your entire world to come if you do this thing with the wife of Potiphar. Why is he mentioning there's going to be a breastplate and there are going to be your names on it, and if you do this, your name is not going to be on the breastplate? What does it have to do with anything? So I saw in one of the commentaries on the side of the Ein Yaakov that he answers a beautiful thing. He says that Eshes Potiphar, the wife of Potiphar, was not simply working on the Yetzer Hara, on the evil inclination of Yosef. She was trying to convince him with real arguments. Our sages say that she showed him the stars that, according to astrology, that her line and his line were supposed to match. They did, in the end, match because he married her daughter. They did end up combining. But she was saying, listen, it's you and me. You could see in our stars that my line and your line are supposed to meet. They're supposed to match. So Yosef says, it seems like this is divinely ordained to happen because I see it in the stars. That's true. And that's why he was willing to give in to the wife of Potiphar. Yaakov says, listen here, son. There are two tracks in the world. You could take the track of the other nations where they look at the stars and they look at other things in nature. And although there is truth to them, but they're fuzzy, they're unclear, they're cloudy. There's no certainty there. So you could follow that track. And you could follow the fuzzy, unclear indications that you see in the stars. But then you won't have a chelik, you won't have a part in the other track. And the other track is the track of the Jewish people, symbolized by the breastplate of the Kohen Gadol. That when you ask a question to the breastplate of the Kohen Gadol, you get an absolute answer straight from Hashem. Absolute prophecy, with no doubt, with absolute clarity. That is the track of the Jewish people. And now you, Yosef, have a choice. You could either choose to be part of the Jewish people, a part of a destiny that has absolute clarity in doing what Hashem wants, or you can be like everybody else and kind of just shoot in the dark, go in the general direction and hope you get it right. So that is why Yaakov says at that moment that you will not have your name on the breastplate, because he was being convinced by the stars. That is what he was following. And Yaakov says, don't follow the stars. That is not the way of the Jewish people. We will not settle for anything less than clarity for the message of Hashem. Not for anything less than that. So if you want a part of it, you're welcome to be part of it. But don't go through with what Eshes Potiphar is asking you to do. Have a great Shabbos.